Hello, everybody. This is Pranil, also known as Lateriser 12, and I am back. I've had a lovely last 5 days. I've been on vacation. I went up the hills in India, in Himachal, to a place called Dharamkot, and explored a fair bit of Dharamkot, Dharamshala, and McLeodganj, and it was quite beautiful. But been thinking a fair amount about FPL as well and about this game, and obviously missed the pod for the last 2 weeks. And really can't wait to chat with the boys this Tuesday. But I've had a fair amount of thoughts, and I thought, outside of just doing a video focus on my team selection and my team, I'd answer some of the comedy questions and some of the thoughts that have been sort of simmering in my head. So there's a fair amount of stuff to go through today, and since we have the deadline only tomorrow, I will try being pretty succinct and concise with everything. That said, if you know me, it's difficult for me to do that because I like to elaborate and explain. I just love the game too much. Right. So I'm going to be talking about some team news and what the impact of that is, some random thoughts that I have with regards to certain picks, etc. A lot of people are looking at Robinson as a Ait Nouri replacement, but today we found out that Tete is going to be out for 8 to 9 weeks. And Castagna has only 4.2 million. So which one should you go for? Some thoughts that have been percolating in my head with regards to the chips as well. What my team did, what my team performance was like, the captaincy matrix, because that has something to do with some of the tips and suggestions that I have, as well as who I'm looking to captain in the next few weeks. Fixture ticker and some targets for all of us. Cunha replacements and my thoughts there, and my team and transfers. And yes, at the end, I will share some lovely pictures from the trip as well. I wanted to share more, but I don't want to bore you guys with some of the pictures that I don't. So let's get right into it. This is just a summary. Okay, before we get into all of it, if you like the work that we've been doing, it's 4 or 5 days to Christmas, and we are 500 subscribers away from our target of 35k. So I don't know if that's going to be possible unless there's a Christmas miracle in the next 4 or 5 days. But if you get us there, we'd really appreciate it and be grateful for same. And irrespective, I think we'll be seeing you guys before Christmas. Yes, the pod with Zoff and Pras is on Tuesday, where 3 of us will be back. We'll be wishing you some Christmas then. Right. So just team news. Ruben Dias is out for 3 to 4 weeks. So City keeps suffering these injuries at the back. Thankfully, though, Akanji and Stones trained. Apologies for the typo error there. And Rico Lewis is back as well. So while they lost one defender in Ruben Dias, who's probably one of the most important, Akanji trained for the last 2 days. And Stones is back from a long injury, though. But he's got a couple of defenders as well as Rico Lewis back. So that's nice. And as you know, City have the early kickoff for the next 2 or 3 game weeks. So if you fancy starting them, that said, I don't know if I'm comfortable starting a Rico Lewis against Aston Villa anyway. For Arsenal, Rice and Calafiori are fit. Tomiyasu is not fit. Sorry, Arteta cleared that later that Tomiyasu is not fit. Zinchenko is fit back. Timber played 90 minutes midweek, so I'm a little worried about whether he's going to be benched. If so, I have O'Shea from Ipswich coming back later. I'm hoping he's not. If Calafiori plays as left back and if Timber plays as right back, I'll be very, very happy because that's his best role. He isn't as attacking with the new guy. I forgot his name. Brain fart. Playing as right back as well. So if Calafiori plays left back, I'm happy for Timber. I think he's going to become very attacking. And just on note with your Arsenal defense, it might seem like you don't have many good defenders with many good clean sheets, but it helps that if you've got an Arsenal defender or 2 or 3 like me, Eze is out and Munoz is out, which I think maybe sort of influences team fluidity because both of them are important parts of their attacking cog. So yeah, that's that. Clean sheets odds hopefully work in our favor there. Tsimikas and Robertson are available. I expect that position to get rotated, but at least they've got 2 left backs fit now, Liverpool. Romero and Jota was back as well. He cameoed. That's it. I'm hearing some murmurs about, not murmurs. I think Slot mentioned that he's not yet ready for a start, etc. as well, and load management, etc. as well. So, if you're looking at a Jota punt, just have to be a little careful there. Romero, Van de Ven, and Davies are still out. Bissouma's back, and Spence got a lot of praise. I thought he impressed me in the highlights that I saw, in some of the games that I saw. He looks really, really good. Played some really good passes as well. So keep an eye on Jet Spence. He looks good. And Ange Postecoglou was very, generous with the praise he levied on Spence. Neto back from suspension for Chelsea. Cucurella suspended. Lavia is likely out. I mean, this increases the minutes for Enzo, but I wish Cucurella wasn't suspended because that would help Enzo push further because Cucurella would invert into the midfield, which he's been doing so well as well. Ait Nouri suspended and he's on 4 yellow cards. So, magically he's pulled that off because of that little squabble at the end. Joelinton suspended for Newcastle, which is, I think, quite important. Delap suspended for Ipswich. So, people that have Hall or any other Newcastle defenders. It looks better, at least for a Newcastle away clean sheet compared to how it would have if Delap wasn't suspended, because he's by far their greatest goal threat. Eze out, Munoz suspended, as I mentioned already. Leicester is a team that's looking like the team to target with captaincy for all our options, because Southampton now have a new manager. Wolves now have a new manager. They were 2 of the 3 best fixtures for your attackers for captaincy. Now we just don't know how their managers are going to set up. Are they going to be defensive minded? Even if they are defensive minded, the defenders at the disposal of these two teams aren't as good as they used to be. That said, it's just not hands down the best fixture. Hands down the best fixture is against Leicester because they are terrible at the back. I mean, Isak could have had 3, 4, 5 returns against Leicester, if I'm not mistaken, because Rude is just going out and attacking. That said, Winks is back. NDT was a loss for them, but Winks is back. That might help a little bit of solidity for them. That said, Cunha is gonna, after scoring 8 goals from 3.4 xg and going off unscathed after a violent offense. We don't have news yet on Cunha at all at the time I'm recording, which is 10 p.m. India time on the Friday night. We'll see. Hermansen is a late fitness test. If he's not, I think you like your chances of starting Cunha and him getting returns. I think you like your chances of getting returns from Strand Larsen as well. Van de Beek is likely out. Pinnock is out as well. So, Brentford defense is a little bit down in the dumps, which is good for Mr. Chris Wood. If you like that, what else do we have? Late test for Murillo and Yates, and Nuno said that there are other fitness issues. He didn't mention what. Welbeck not in the best shape. Just somebody to add to your watch list is Enciso, who got a lot of praise from the manager, and he said he's in contention for a start. The most important bit of news is the bottom two. Tete is out for a long period, and people looking at 4.2 million for a cheap Fulham defender. Fulham have a great run of fixture starting this week, which is Southampton at home. But Tete is out for a long period, which is 8 to 9 weeks, which gives us Castan at 4.2 million compared to Robinson, who's now 4.7 million. If I'm not mistaken, let me quickly check what's Robinson's current price. 4.8 million. Bloody hell. That's 0.6 million in change. He's risen twice this week. Or once, I don't remember. So that's 6.6 million, which is quite important, and I'll explain later why. So he's a potential gift at 4.2 million. I think he should be good for the next 8 to 9 game weeks. So, yep. And then the most important thing is the new Wolves manager, Vitor Pereira, was asked about Cunha, and he said, I'm not sure because we've not decided if he's in condition. If he can play, I know he's an important player in our team. It's almost like there was a little language barrier there because he seems to be talking about his fitness. So we don't know, but Liam Keane from the Express tweeted, as it stands, Cunha is free to play on Sunday against Leicester. Wolves are yet to hear from the FA on any potential ban, and until they do, he's free to play. So it looks like until you hear otherwise, Cunha is fine. And if you're selling him or if you're making moves otherwise, leave it till late. And if we don't hear, he should be good. The game's on Sunday, so there could be news tomorrow as well. So we'll see. But as of now, it looks like Cunha is going to be fine. And if not, we're going to be discussing Cunha replacements a little later in the video. Some thoughts and some quotes which stood out to me this week. Munoz, man, when I watched back the highlights and the games, my first thought was, man, this is the guy we bought in the first game week of the season. He's playing like an attacker. He's playing on many occasions furthest forward. And he's developed a great relation with Sarr, who I also spoke about a few weeks ago in terms of, I think he looks good. That spot is his in that Crystal Palace attack. So both of them look like emerging assets from the Crystal Palace team. And I just wanted to shout out this quote with regards to Sarr. And he talks about the relationship with Munoz as well. This is what Glasner said. We know that they play with a high line, defending man to man. Ismaila's strength is his pace, and we know that we could get him there. The first one is a great header from him. So when we get him into these running duels, he's always able to score goals. He's more confident than at the beginning of the season. He feels better. He understands better and better how we want to play as a team, what he has to do. Also with Danny Munoz, because there was one disallowed goal where he would assist and Danny the goal. This is getting better and better. So we are really pleased for him. He's talking about the relationship with Munoz and Sar as well, and you can see it's developing. And both of them are playing for the forward. That said, just note that the space that they got during a game like Brighton versus Palace is a local derby. It's always a crazy game with goals, with cards flying. I don't think he'll have that much space against other opposition. And either way, it's not a good entry point with Crystal Palace playing Arsenal this week. So just both of them on your watch list if you want to get a pick next week, because the fixtures do get better. Discussing Cunha replacements later, but a lot of people looking at Raul Jimenez. And it's always scary with Raul. This is what Marco Silva said. When a striker comes in and makes an impact in the game and scores a goal, it's always crucial for him. Great fight between both. They are both in a great moment. It's good for me. Good headache to see who is going to be the player that starts. Last week, great game from Raul. Amazing hard work from him with a great goal against Arsenal. This afternoon, Rodrigo came in and scored against Liverpool. We have to be really, really pleased with the way they've been doing. So it just seems like he will pick the guy who's in form. I think Raul's still first choice, but this would just give me a little bit of pause in terms of being confident about getting a Jimenez. I think he should be fine, but Raul again doesn't have a good game. Or the one game that Mooney starts in the next 3 weeks and he braces and he does well, he could get the spot quite easily. So a little bit worried there. And Anton Robinson got a huge amount of praise where he spoke, and he was amazing against Liverpool. He kept Salah quiet. This is what basically Marco Silva said. What a performance. It was difficult to express in words the performance of Robinson this afternoon. Again, it's not the first time. I know that he's a player that if we have to play again in 2 days, 3 days time, which is good. He's talking about him not being rotated at all. He's going to be ready again and he's a great athlete. But the way he's improving in our defensive process and defensive setups, he always has an open mind to learn, and he's been improving really. And of course, into the attack. He's already the fullback in the Premier League with the most assists from open play. Last season, he was the fullback with more assists in open play as well as the Premier League. So he's just playing Robinson. He looks like a great asset. He was very, very attacking. But a certain Tete is injured for 8 to 9 weeks. And if you're looking at Robinson versus Castagna, so this is how essentially Fulham set up. Shout out to Fantasy Football Scout. They did a nice article where Tete is the leading sub 5.0 million defender for shots this season, but he hasn't scored for any of them. And what happens if you're watching Fulham play, Robinson doesn't take that many shots. He gets into these great attacking positions, and his job is to cross because he's a great crosser. Meanwhile, Tete is the guy who's responsible to move in and around the box and take shots. Now, Castagna has got 6 career goals. Robinson has none. So, Castagna could very happily play into this Tete role and take attacking shots and probably has a goal in him as well. So, at 4.2 million, this is a gift for people looking at cheap defenders. And if I was given a choice now, if you don't already know, I made my moves very early in the week and I got Robinson. But if I was probably picking today, I would go for Castagna and save the 0.6 million because I think that money is going to be handy. By design, Fulham like to cross from this side, and the other wing back sort of tends to be in attacking positions to score. Think of Trent and Robbo of old, where Trent was doing a lot of the crossing, better quality, but Robbo was the one being placed in the center of the box, looking at back post headers or back post shots. So that's similar to the Robinson and Tete now Castagna setup. So if picking now, I would pick Castagna. Right, just chip thoughts have been percolating in my head as well, and I just think that and then I got some interesting comments on Twitter when I posted about this, where I think somebody like Pras, is having a perfectly good season, 24k right now. Kudos to Pras. He's not going to go risky with this chip. He's probably going to bet on a slot or a Guardiola or an Arteta, right? And play safe with the chip and look for that middling 30 to 40 points, which I think he should do. Because people who are going to be risky with this trip could get 0 to 10 points or could get really lucky, hit a hot stream of results and have 60 to 70 points. So whereas some other chips are showing a variability of like a triple captaincy chip, right? If a triple captain blanks or he gets 16, 17 points in a double game week, you're looking at a difference of 16 points because only the one extra captaincy counts, right? this could see a higher variability, and it could be up to 40-50 points as well. So it's a very big and important decision, and I'm not a big fan of the chip the more I think about it, because it's not fantasy football. It's sort of like a gambling chip where you're getting the guys at FML FPL spoke about this accurately, where they said you're basically getting odds in terms of extra bonus points if you're betting on a manager being placed lower in the league. And that's that. That said, we have to play the cards dealt. One important thing is team value matters now. And it might catch a few out because you're going to need 0.5 to 1.5 million to get a manager of your choice when you're playing the assistant manager chip. And this will cost money. And I've been on 0.0 million in the bank for the last 6 or 7 weeks. That's because I have Haaland. Uh, but team value is just going to be important because you're going to need that extra money for the bench boost, and you're going to need it for the assistant manager chip as well. It might force us to play the triple captaincy on Mo in 24 if he has a double of Bournemouth and Everton away. It's not ideal because I think they're tough fixtures, Bournemouth and Everton away. That said, you could play the assistant manager chip then. We'll know about this information later, but just some thoughts. And I'm not very happy about playing the triple captaincy on Salah and against Bournemouth and Everton away because they're tough games. We've seen that. They're not easy games. The blanks, we have the results of the Carabao Cup, and Arsenal are going to play Newcastle, and Chelsea are going to be playing Liverpool, if I'm not mistaken. Let me quickly get that. Yeah, Liverpool are going to be playing Spurs. Sorry. Arsenal are going to be at Newcastle, and Liverpool are going to be playing Spurs. So if Arsenal beat Newcastle, then Arsenal versus Chelsea is a blank. And if Liverpool beats Spurs, then Aston Villa versus Liverpool is a blank. This means that very popular teams, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Liverpool, I bet you have 5 players at least from Arsenal, Chelsea, and Liverpool, are likely to blank in Game Week 29. And Pras told me that they're likely to double in Game Week 33. That could mean it's a juicy double for them. It also means that some people could either free hit in 29 because you don't have Arsenal, Chelsea, and Liverpool players, or dead it in 29, percolate and accumulate transfers for 29, and then wildcard in Game Week 30 for the doubles that are coming. And if it looks like Arsenal beats Newcastle and Liverpool beats Spurs, then the doubles could involve Arsenal, Chelsea, Aston Villa, and Liverpool. That's juicy. I don't know how that's nice for bench boost because you don't have many bench worthy assets. That could be nice for a triple captain because you could do triple captain one of Saka, Palmer, or Salah. And that's if the favorites win. Either way, the doubles are likely going to be, the blanks and doubles are going to be involving Newcastle players. Isak is big, Arsenal players, Chelsea players, Liverpool players, and Spurs players. And Fulham players, just very relevant teams in the FPL spectrum. So, yeah, man, it's going to be pretty interesting chip season, and it's looking very likely that the blanks are going to be Arsenal, Chelsea, and Liverpool, Aston Villa. I expect Liverpool to beat Spurs. Arsenal versus Newcastle could be tight. So yeah, that's that. Some chip thoughts, and I just think team value matters now, and that might catch some few out because we're getting into a season of look at that. I made the move on Robinson early in the week because I had 0.0 million in the bank for my Ait Nouri replacement. But if I waited till today for more information, I could have saved 0.6 million and gotten Castagna. However, the process is, and however, if Robinson gets 3 assists and Castagna gets 0 goals, that's a separate matter. But you're always going to have to weigh up information versus team value. And it's important because I'm normally somebody who doesn't pay too much attention to team value, especially in the second half of the season. But because of the assistant manager chip, team value is going to be important in 2 aspects. Yeah, in the bench boost as well as the assistant manager chip because of that extra 0.5 to 1.5 million required. So yeah, be careful with early transfers, but sometimes it's okay to chase it in. I don't know if there's a hard rule here, but it's going to be difficult because there's going to be so many more midweek games now. So yeah. Also, just chip thoughts. If you're going to be somebody like me, I'm sitting at 1.45 million, right? And chasing rank. It's going to be important to pay attention to this table. And I just thought that this soccer base is important, gives us the form table. So if you find teams like Palace United, Newcastle United sitting in the bottom of the table, but getting up on the form table and having fixtures where they're playing teams like Bournemouth or Forest who are 5 or more places above them, that could give us opportunity to go for the win plus the extra bonus points against a team 5 places above, especially at home. We need to start monitoring that. More on that when I talk to the boys, and we'll probably do like a chip special strategy episode as well. Wow, I am 20 minutes into the video, and now finally I'm going to be talking about my team. So, I wanted to add some value and give you some thoughts on things you could do, etc. as well. And I'm not spoken on the podcast for a couple of weeks. So I just wanted to add that. And if you've liked everything that I've spoken about, please click on the like and subscribe button. We have 500 subscribers to go before Christmas. Don't think it's possible, but if you want to give us a miracle, we really, really appreciate it. Right, I got 52 points. The good thing was the triple Arsenal clean sheet finally. Triple Arsenal defense came through. Ait Nouri with a -2. Salah with a 5-pointer. Palmer with a 3-pointer. Quite nice. I wondered if I thought about the Isak captaincy, but I wondered if I've started being too safe in my ways. I'm not too safe, but I wonder if I need to start letting loose more because the Isak captaincy was there for the taking against Leicester. And Leicester is just the best fixture for your attackers right now. So I need to start thinking about just letting go a little bit with how I play FPL. Rogers blank, Pedro blank. I'm not too worried about Pedro as a pick. He will come through. I'm not too worried. The fixtures are still there. And Haaland blank, man. Haaland looked abysmal, terrible. In the last 2 or 3 weeks, Haaland's performance has worried me. Earlier, he used to get a lot of underlying data and not finish it. I'm okay with that, but he's not getting many chances at the moment. That said, I'm going to see through till the next 2 or 3 or 4 weeks because who am I competing against? Trent, who's doing all right, and I've got a decent defense now because I've got Robinson in place. I've got triple Arsenal and Robinson in place. And there are many picks like Hall and Castagna and Munoz who are there who I can take Trent on with. And Saka. So Saka versus Haaland is what I'm taking on. And the good thing that I did was the move that I made last week, which was use 3 transfers to get Enzo and Isak in place. And I think that's put my team in a healthy position for a Haaland team. Right. I just wanted to talk about the captaincy matrix now. It's quite important, and why I'm going to see through the Haaland experiment is because this week I'm captaining Salah. Spoiler alert, I just think he's got the best captaincy fixture. And if I'm taking Salah on, it's probably going to be with Palmer because I do think that Palmer will do well in a fixture where the opposition is parking the bus. That means he will be on the ball a lot more. He will take a few pot shots from outside the box. He's just going to get a lot of the ball, and I fancy him in such games. Gameweek 18, even though Haaland has Everton at home, I cannot just disregard the fact that Leicester at home is just the best fixture for captaincy this season. And I'm going to captain Salah against Leicester at home in Gameweek 18. I'm going to captain Palmer versus Fulham, Joe Pesci team. I'm going to captain Saka versus Ipswich. Ipswich are improving. Then, I think 19 and 20 is the opportunity for me with Haaland. Saka plays Brentford away. Good fixture. Salah plays West Ham away. Good fixture. But Leicester is just the best fixture for attackers. So I'm going to be captaining Haaland Game Week 19, where he plays Leicester away. I'm going to be captaining Haaland Game Week 20, where he plays West Ham at home. Because Saka plays Brighton away, decent fixture. And Salah plays United at home. Decent fixture. I just think West Ham at home is a better fixture for Haaland. So I'm going to see it through till 20. In 21, I'm going to think about whether I want to sell Haaland or not. If not, I think there's 21 and 22, Brentford away and Ipswich away are decent attacking fixtures for Leicester as well. But that said, there's just great captaincy options elsewhere. Salah's got Brentford away in 22, which is a good captaincy option. Great captaincy option compared to Ipswich away for Haaland. But Haaland's has got good fixtures, right? 18 to 22 are good fixtures for Haaland. And I'm hoping that the patience pays in this period. We've got Kovacic back. De Bruyne is getting more minutes, even though he's not looking that great. Foden's getting minutes. I like that City had no midweek fixture because of Carabao Cup. So I'm hoping they find their mojo. I'll see and I'll reconsider whether I want to sell Haaland in 21, and I'll definitely probably sell him in 23 unless City have just hit 4th or 5th gear. So in 21 and 22, in 21, you have the option to captain Palmer against Bournemouth at home. Open game, I will like it. Or you can captain Isak against Wolves at home. We'll see how Wolves set up now under the new manager, but this fixture's there. And similarly, it's just the inverse for Palmer and Isak in Game Week 22. And Salah against Brentford away is a great fixture anyway. It's the stadium with the most number of goals. So it's not as strong a captaincy for Haaland in 21 and 22, but there's I like my odds for captaincy in Game Week 19 and 20 with Haaland. What stands out to me? Saka isn't a clear captaincy option in any fixture, in my opinion, between 17 and 20. Let's say if I wasn't a Haaland owner. In Game Week 19, I have more confidence in captaining a Salah, West Ham away, or a Palmer away compared to Brentford. That's it. Saka against Brentford is a really good captaincy option. That's like a double triple. Brentford are conceding goals, and Salah is not the winger Salah. Salah's inside forward. I've been lucky to get away with a Salah blank, especially against Everton. He could have had a goal and assist easy. That pass to Odegaard, who missed an easy chance, and that great save from Pickford. So Saka's looking good, actually. Brentford and Brighton away are great attacking fixtures for Saka. So hold on to him, and he's going to do really, really well. But I'll take my chances with Haaland. It's going to be such a swingy week, man. Look at this. So yeah. All right, some other thoughts and players to target with regards to the fixture ticker. I thought Gordon looked good, and I think Murphy on the right hand side is good for Gordon on the left hand side because he's slightly more defensive, does the defensive work, and Gordon and Isak almost play like two forwards. And I like that triangle between Joelinton, Gordon, and Hall on the left hand side. And the fixtures are great from an attacking perspective, right? Even though the fixtures look tough in the next four, where Ipswich away, yeah, Ipswich are improving, and Joelinton out might affect them. Aston Villa, I think it's a good Isak fixture given Highline. It's a good Gordon fixture given Highline. United away is a tough fixture, but then Spurs, Wolves, Bournemouth, Southampton, Fulham. Great fixtures for Gordon. His minutes look good. He just looks like a good option until game week 24. That said, you could wait until game week 20 to enter Gordon. For people that are having money in the bank, and let's say wanting to go from Eze to somebody, there's a punt sitting in game week 18 against Jota against Leicester at home, man. It's such a tasty punt. If we had any leaks or hint that Jota starting against Spurs, his minutes are going to be in question, no doubt. Slot even said that he's not ready to start or something of that. No, just check out the quotes. But if he looks fine with a 35-40 minute cameo and before Leicester at home, Slot tells us that he's ready to start or we get a leak or something of that sort, man. Jota against Leicester at home has got brace hat-trick potential. Just something to note is United's run in Game Week 21. They've got a decent fixture in the next two, which is Bournemouth at home and Wolves away. Then two tough fixtures against Newcastle at home, Liverpool away. Then they've got a really good run. Southampton at home, Brighton at home, Fulham away, Crystal Palace at home. So they look like a good team to invest in. If you're somebody who's having Bruno, hold on to him. And Ahmad, we'll discuss that later. I forgot I needed to add some Ahmad slides. I think I'm going to do that on the fly once we reach that point in this video. If selling Cunha, if we get concrete news that Cunha is out, I think if you could help it, I would prioritize Isak plus Jackson plus third striker as a structure. Because Jackson is just, I feel like, a little undervalued. However highly he's owned, a lot of people on Twitter don't actually own him. And yes, the fixtures in the next two, actually the next four are not that easy. Everton away, Fulham home, Ipswich away, Crystal Palace away. But after that, he's got a really good run for a while, even after Game Week 24. And I just think he's a great striker doing really good things. So I would do that. And I would, if prioritizing between one of Jackson or Isak, I would prioritize Isak because I think he's the better striker. He's the better finisher. He's more talismanic. He's on penalties. And if you don't have the money for Jackson, get Wood. Wood's fine. Forest have some good attacking fixtures now. Brentford at away, Spurs at home, good attacking fixtures. Everton, Wolves, Liverpool is tough. Then Southampton, Bournemouth, Brighton. So Wood's just fine. And if you're somebody who's in the market for a punt or two, I think I spoke about United's run. Rasmus is an outside shout. I think he's a starting striker. That's it. Amorin's a little flingy with his strikers. He keeps giving Xerxes minutes, etc. as well. So you could get probably 1 in 4 starts for somebody like Rasmus. That's it. I think he's first choice. So yeah, make of that what you may. And I've seen a few people who are sitting in the top 20k who haven't owned Haaland. Shout out to Jazzy and Heskibo, who are now making the move for Haaland in game week 18 or 19 for the captaincy in 19 and 20. So if you're somebody who likes to roll the dice, see how City do in the next week or two if they show an improvement in performance. If they show an improvement in performance, take the captaincy on, man. I don't want to shy away from giving the advice I feel like might be worth it because you're probably going to get 160%, 170% plus EO for Haaland against the crowd in Leicester away and West Ham at home as fixtures. Now you see if you want to take that gamble like that, if your team structure allows that. I didn't want to shy away from the advice because I think in hindsight, if I didn't have Haaland, I would have probably made a plan of figure out a way to get him in game week 19 or 18 for the high upside fixtures that are coming, even for 2-3 weeks, just as a fling for captaincy. Like when do you get a plus 160% EO on Haaland, who's facing Leicester away and West Ham at home? Wait for the uptick in performance from City. They're far from as good, but he's still Erling Haaland. Palace's run in 19 is looking really, really good, and I can't wait to get Munoz. He's playing like a striker, man. Insane. I love Munoz. So yeah, I'm going to get him. All right, just a few thoughts on my team. If you didn't already realize what I did, actually, this is when I'm going to build that Ahmad slide. If you can hold on and just give me a minute. I'll do it very, very quickly. Just give me a second. This is not good content. Just gonna copy the slide, paste. You guys can watch me work. There's some cool data on there. And I saved it as well. Insert pictures. There's a field and a team slide. Yeah, you guys can. Math. Just saving a couple of images. You guys can hang here and chill. I want to hurry and just do this very, very fast. One. Save images. 2. Save images. 3. I'm done, I promise. Second more. Because I just wanted to show you guys this data. Desktop. Oh, bloody hell. My God. This is such bad content. I wonder if I can clip this video for about 20 seconds. We're almost done, guys. I better hope you guys find these stats useful. All right, we're almost done. All right, quickly. Insert pictures. A1, A2, A3. Beautiful formatting, beautiful content. All right, you get the picture. Okay, view full screen. Keep going to a math first. All right, we're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. You're going to dislike this picture, this video because of this picture, aren't you? Are we okay now? Yes, we can see all the images. So basically, I sold Rogers for Ahmad, and that's because I needed the 0.1 million to go from Ait Nouri to Robinson. And if I was going today, I would have not taken the hit and gotten just that's it. But I'm United, gotten just Castagna. But I'm a United fan, and I like that I own Ahmad. It's exciting. But in the last 6 games, Rogers has 9 shots, Ahmad has 16 shots. Ahmad has 12 shots in the box. Rogers has 4 shots in the box. Both have 1 XG each. Ahmad has pretty much the double XG that Rogers has had. Rogers has created more chances than Ahmad. Ahmad has created more big chances. Rogers has an XA of 1.02 versus Ahmad's XA of 0.42. Amongst United players, Ahmad is top 5 for minutes. He started 5 and he came on as a sub in one game. He was game changing in the cup performance against Spurs as well. He took set pieces from one side and was really good. And I think he should keep set pieces because we scored the goal from his corner. He's second for chances created behind Bruno Fernandes in the Amorim era in the league. He is top for shots. He is top for shots in the box. He is top for penalty box touches. And he's second just behind Bruno for NPXGI. And he's got the highest goals and assists in the Ruben Amorim era for United. Very small sample size, but he looks really, really good. He looks confident. And I think he plays in the front three in 75-80% of the games. And maybe he plays wing back in one game against an easier team or something of that sort. And either way, his minutes look really good. He's definitely first choice. He's not going anywhere. And it's just exciting. And he's an exciting and up-and-coming talent. So he's a pick, in my opinion. And as a United fan, I'm excited about him as a player because He's very output oriented in everything he does. That said, his shots are not that great. His passing is good, his dribbling is good, and he's just 5 million. So he's another enabler. In addition to Enzo and Rogers. Rogers also looks like a good pick. Enzo looks like an extremely good pick. Sar looks like a great pick. So we've got 4 great enablers in the market: Ahmad, Enzo, Rogers, and Sar. How would I rank them? That depends on the fixtures. I think Sar has a great run of fixtures from Gameweek 19 onwards. Very good. Southampton home, Chelsea, Leicester, West Ham, Brentford. Very good, very playable. United, decent too now. Then you've got Newcastle, Liverpool, which is tough. Then you've got Southampton, Brighton, Fulham. Enzo's just got a great run. I think he's very attacking. He's like Ramsey and Gundogan in the box crashing role that he has at the moment. And he's on set pieces and corners from one side as well. And who's the fourth one? Rogers. Rogers got 2 tough fixtures. City, he could get something. Then they have Brighton at home, Leicester at home, and Everton away. Brighton at home and Leicester at home are really good fixtures. So I wouldn't sell Rogers right now unless you need the money, because Brighton, Leicester, and City at home, all 3 good playable fixtures. After that, you want to sell Rogers, you can sell him. But even then, he's got Everton away, West Ham home, Wolves away. But I like Ahmad. My positive bias and my bias as a United fan is getting in the way there. I think Sar is an incredible pick too. If I had to rank them, I would have Sar 1, Enzo 2. Then you pick between Ahmad and Rogers. And Ahmad's got like the higher ceiling compared to Rogers, just because I don't know how much output oriented Rogers is. My problem with Rogers is, if you're watching him, right, he's good, he's silky smooth, but he doesn't sprint, man. He should sprint towards running towards the enter of the box. He's just that lazy runner, etc. So I don't know, that irritates me a little. So yeah, I did what do you call it? Ait Nouri to Robinson and Rogers to Ahmad, and I think now for a couple of weeks I'm looking to save transfers. And my plan after that, if you're looking at the fixture ticker, once Arsenal have Crystal Palace and Ipswich away, out of the way, I'll see how they're looking defensively. I could sell them because they've got Brentford away, Brighton away, Spurs at home, Villa at home, Wolves away, City at home. They're not very pretty clean sheet fixtures. So I could get money out of my Arsenal defense and think about Jota, think about Trent, think about Munoz. Timber to Munoz gives me money for other moves. Raya down to Henderson gives me money for other moves, because I'm dealing with Palmer. I'm dealing with what do you call Salah, and I have Ahmad plus Enzo. It's really thin. It's really light. It works right now because Ahmad's got a great run of fixtures for a while. Enzo's got a great run of fixtures for a while. But I need to start taking money out of my defense. I will think about selling Haaland in either Game Week 21 or Game Week 23, and I'll see what to do with the funds. So that's my team at the moment. And that's my team plan at the moment. Apologies for that stupid 10-15 seconds in the middle. And now for some fun. I had a lovely holiday, like I mentioned earlier. I went to McLeodganj, Dharamkot, and Dharamshala. If you guys are in India and watching this, I highly recommend this. Hit me up for some recommendations. It's got something for everything, It's got some nice cafes where you can chill. Beautiful. You meet a lot of people in Dharamkot, youngsters, etc. as well. You've got some lovely treks, some amazing sunsets if you're into spirituality. McLeodganj is the home of the Dalai Lama as well. So, there's some beautiful places to see there as well. Some lovely food as well. This is the sunset that I saw. Look at this video. It was probably top 3 sunsets of my all time, because the spans that you saw of that sunset was amazing. Check it out. Got the video for you guys. Isn't that lovely? I don't think the pictures do justice. Some lovely momos as well. If you guys haven't tried it out, this is what the secret sauce is in the momo, the chutney. Went for the trip with my wife. It was her birthday. Happy birthday, Rima. It was lovely. That's both of us there outside our hotel. And I also happened to see that stadium in Dharamshala, which was quite lovely. I've added watching a game in the stadium to my bucket list as well. In fact, there was a lovely World Cup game that I should have gone, but now it's a 2-hour flight plus a 4-hour drive. I'm going to go there for a game once a nice one comes. So that's that. These are the projected goals and odds. Just put that in so that you guys can reference that for Sleeper. If you haven't downloaded Sleeper, scan this QR code and download the app and join our pick and league. You can win up to 3 Premier League kits every month if you're on our Discord, and you can win a Premier League kit, 1 Premier League kit every month if you're joining our normal league, which is the pick and league that you see here, where all you need to do is predict the results in terms of who's winning. Thanks as well to Fantasy Football Scout for all the data, etc. This beautiful Ahmad data that I pulled out last minute, where I kept you guys waiting. was from the Fantasy Football Scout members area as well. They do some lovely members article as well. So, if you want to become a member, click on the link in the description below. And that's that. I hope you like this video. I absolutely loved chatting FPL with you guys. I absolutely loved being back. And yeah, man, let me know what you guys think. Apologies again for that 30-second thing in the middle. Just came back last night, set up the video an hour before I got on after work today. But I love this. I love what I do. I'm grateful for you guys for showing all the love and appreciation. And good luck this week, guys. Take care. Bye bye.